Hi, I'm Saidah Jules, and you're watching India Glitz. As you know, Jal, it's a movie. I would say it's something between commercial cinema and between art movie. Yeah, as Girish Malik say, that it's a movie with a soul. And I think it's a perfect definition to Jal. I'm playing a girl Kim who comes to the Rann of Kutch to make research about flamingos, and at the same time, she becomes friends with villagers. She discovers their culture. They also learn something from her. And while doing all this, she finds out that because of shortage of water, flamingos are dying in the desert. And she decides to solve the issue and working towards it. Such a miraculous story, I would say, and I guess a lot of people wouldn't believe that you can get a movie like this, but that's how it happened. Many years back, I met Girish Malik very randomly, and he had my number, but we never really communicated. And then I left to London, and I decided to stay in London for a very, very long time. And one day I got a call from Girish Malik that he's in London and he wanted to meet me. Honestly speaking, I didn't take it seriously. I thought that, movies doesn't happen just so casually. And still we met in Starbucks. That's the lucky place. Yeah, we met in Starbucks in Oxford Street, and there Girish, he told me that he wants to make a movie and he would love me to be part of it. And I loved the story, and I was so surprised because Girish Malik and me, we have never been friends, and he didn't really knew me, but still he remembered, he called me, we met, and he thought of me. I was really impressed, and I think it was a destiny because I loved it. And for me, the story of Jal, it has a lot of meanings and signs connected to my life. So I felt extremely blessed, and then I came back to Mumbai. All my London plans didn't work out. I came back and started working on a movie. Film like Jal would be my first movie because I thought it probably would be something more glamorous, more common in Bollywood industry, because I have done quite a few movies after that, and they're quite different from Jal. Yeah, and the topic of water in that moment of time, I had a lot of people around me who were dealing with similar issues in life, and that I got a film, a proper feature, you can say commercial movies on the same subject. It was extremely meaningful to me because I had few people who were working on the same issue. That's how it's connected. Of course, shoot was very difficult and it was very tough. I wouldn't like to say how difficult it is because I'm sure every person from Jal would say the same thing. Of course, it's 47 degrees. It's March, April, in the desert in Rann of Kutch. Of course, it's tough. The weather, then. So many things, but when you go to shoot, I knew where I'm going, and I knew I'm going to be there for 1.5 months, or almost 2 months. Of course, I prepared, and it was fine. It was a beautiful experience. What was really tough, I think the most difficult, what happens in a shoot in the desert, because when you're with 70, 80 people in the same location, where location is very difficult during the climate, and food and everything, after a certain moment, you see in every person their bad sides, and to deal with that, plus of course nobody is perfect, and neither I am. It's like a reality show Survivor, of course, you fight with many people. It happens. You can't be, at your best 24/7, plus you're with people. We were up at 6 in the morning and went to sleep by midnight. It's a lot of things. But in the same time, of course, it's a union. It's like a family, But a lot of things happens within the same union. So that was tough. Somehow it was extremely... I was very confident about it since my childhood. It was never like this in my life that I would think, what do I want to do or whom I want to become in a professional way. From my childhood, I always knew that I'm going to be part of show business. It was never a question. And if, like, my family, they never believed that, it can realize and that I'm serious about it. So, like, nobody was taking it seriously, and they were always telling me, like, what would you like to do, maybe this or that, etc. Yeah, but I was extremely confident, and I think in all my life I will always be part of Bollywood and show business. Either it's this angle or that, but it will never change. In India, I think a lot of people, what they try to do with foreigners, because the culture in India and another country, yeah, is different. And the part of it, when you come to Mumbai and you don't know which production house is genuine, who is really making films and who is not, because there are a lot of con artists here as well. So those people who are not really, making films, then they will try to become maybe friends as well, give false hopes to girls. And of course, when you don't know who is doing what, you might have a bad experience as well. But for new scenes, I think any actor should be intelligent. If I'm working in the Bollywood industry, right, there is a sense of board. Even if director will ask me for such a love-making scene that I know one will be cut from a movie, then what's the point to shoot it? Yeah, because it won't come true. Of course, love scenes happens in Bollywood movies, but there is a certain way. How it looks like. Even in my film, On the Ramp, I have a love-making scene with Ranveer Shori. Yeah, if I really see that it's necessary, if it's, let's say, I need to wear bikini on the beach, then yes, of course. But if somebody wants me to wear, something inappropriate, it depends on the situation. Basically, when it's a genuine people who making film for the purpose of making film, then I don't have really limitations. I really like old Indian cinema. Like maybe it's something that you don't hear often. I think Indian cinema about 20 years back were very authentic, and that was real, stories of India. But nowadays, what most of people do, they copy Hollywood movies. Yeah, I don't like such films when it's because no matter what copy you make, it can never match the real one. Yeah, so I'm not really fond of that cinema. And if to talk about filmmakers in Bollywood, I like the movies that Amir Khan making. Yeah, because normally his films that not copies of Hollywood. Like, of course, I like movies like Three Idiots. Yeah, then also I like what Sanjay Leela Bhansali does, because his films are about love, and the love films about love, and he makes it so massive. Whatever I will be connected or to the film, not as an actress, it has to be such cinema that it's an interesting movie, that it's not a copy of something, or that we make a remake or think, in that way. That it will be such scripts that, number one, they are unpredictable, and people love to watch those movies. Not because we have a big actors in it, but because, first of all, it's an interesting story. Yeah, to have a star cast, like, yeah, it will be there. But the main thing that it will be nice cinema. I'm also writing myself. And but my thoughts for production doesn't have such reason that if I'm producing something, then I have to act in it also. No, if I fit, good. If I don't fit, then we'll take somebody else. That's not the main criteria. Yeah, because I want to make a good product and that they're commercially successful as well. But a part of being commercially successful, you have to be proud that you made something like that. Yeah, Madhu Montana is just a friend. It's just a normal friend. Like I have many, in industry. There is nothing beyond that. Either, and we are not working at present as well. If he will ever have a film for me that he wants to cast me, he's welcome to call, but there is nothing else. Yeah, there are many more, people in Bollywood and in Mumbai. So with someone you connect for work, with someone you connect, I don't know, for something else, but he is not really part of my life on a daily basis. For me, Jal, it's not like a movie in the same zone like all my other films I did or I'm doing right now. Jal is the film to live in the desert for almost 2 months and to go through. It's not just a shoot for a movie, you know. It was 2 months of extremely emotional time, and when I watch Jal, it reminds me of all that, you know, what we were going through, what I was going through. So it's like that life period that was shot, you know, in the camera. So whenever I watch it, I really don't know how, you know, people will react to it, how like they like it or not. I'm sure it will be different ones. But for me, that period of life, it was extremely emotional, and also in my life, I was going through a lot of different things. And Jal was a life changing for me, because at that time when Girish finalized me for Jal, I was not really sure that, you know, show business also is my path, or if I should stay in India or not. So I think Girish Malik with Jal was sent by destiny or by God, or, you know, whoever is above us, and it's just meaningful film for me.